My dear students, today I am going to talk to you about personality development. I'm sure that it's a topic which is very dear to you. Personality development is so important for all of you, for all of us, to improve the rate of our success. What is personality? There are a lot of definitions available on personality. Personality is actually a relatively stable set of characteristics that influences an individual's behavior. There are very many definitions you can get it. In 1950, R.B. Cattell said, the personality of an individual is that which enables us to predict what he will do in a given situation. We all also have another definition from McKinnon in 1959. He says, personality is a sum total of typical ways of acting or thinking or feeling that makes a person very, very unique. There are three factors must be considered when we talk about defining personality. Number one is personality is very, very unique, or individuals are unique. Number two is individuals behave differently in different situations. Our reactions are not the same. In different, somebody may seeing a snake, he may be frightened. Another person may not be frightened. So our reactions will be different. But the third point is very important. Although individuals are unique and behave inconsistently across situations, there is considerable commonality in human behavior. And therefore, when we talk about the personality, it is good to know that we have three areas to look up to. Number one is one's character traits, we can call character traits. All of us have a trait, So character traits. Character traits includes one's integrity, one's acceptance, self-acceptance, and discipline, for example. How well self-disciplined are you? And also your dedication, your commitment. Behavioral traits includes interpersonal skills, communication skills, leadership skills, and so on. And also your stress and time management. Another day we will talk about time management. It is very, very important for students also. And the third area of this knowing your personality is your attitude, your attitudinal change. For example, you should have a positive attitude if you want to be successful person. And also you keep the end in mind and synergize. This is very good to know all these things. And our personality is generally depending upon three factors. Number one is our environment, what type of an environment we are living in. Our society, our family, our schools, our educational sector, everything determines our environment. And an environment gives you a personality. And also remember your experience. What kind of an experience you are coming from? Every context gives experience. That what type of an experience are you having? And also your education. What type of an education you have? So, based on all these three areas, you will develop your personality. It can be very, very negative also. It can be very, very positive also. And you can recognize the persons with the negative attitude, Number one is the negative attitude persons will be very, very bitter. Every time he will be looking at things in a negative way. Second, this person will express a lot of resentment, unhappiness, disappointment. Psychology will say basically dissatisfied with oneself, the person will make others also dissatisfied. It's very true. If you are completely negative and you always look at negatively, then others also will feel that, it's very contagious. If you are negative, others also will be affected by your negativity. The third area of a negative person is he has a purposeless life. He does not know where he is going, Quadis, we call in Latin. Quadis, where are you going? You must ask this question every day to yourself. Do you have a purpose in life? What is your purpose? But a negative person will not have purpose. And the third area is Due to negativity, you will develop ill health, and you also develop high levels of stress in themselves and also for others. If you have a lot of stress in yourself, you will transmit that stress on other people also. But if a person with positive attitude, he will always be very, very constructive. He will be protective. He will contribute to the society, to the family, to the institution, and to himself. And this person will always work in a team. He will be happy to have a teamwork, and he will have the ability to solve problems. Problems are part of our life, but this person will have the ability to solve the problems, and he will improve his own quality and the quality of his living atmosphere. And a positive person always makes a healthy atmosphere all around. He will be trustworthy, and therefore the people will be surrounded with this person. He will increase his productivity, his capability, constructively contributing to the society, etc. He will not have stress. He will reduce the stress, and he will have a very, very pleasing personality. Now, what are the steps to build your personality? Number one is change your focus. Look for positive things in life. Even in the midst of this pandemic, you must be able to see positive things. There are a number of people coming forward to help the people who are suffering. Doctors, scientists, health workers, police. There are millions of people who are doing positive things. We must focus on that positivities to mitigate the negativities. Make a habit of doing it now. Never postpone things. What you can do, my dear children, you can do things today. Please do it today itself. Don't postpone. Develop an attitude of gratitude. It's very important. If you have an attitude of gratitude, you will be grateful to God. You will be grateful to the nature. You will be grateful to your parents. You will be grateful to your brothers and sisters and neighborhood, everybody. So cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Get into a continuous education program. Develop something new. Every day you must learn something very systematically in a disciplined way. And you will develop a positive personality. I think positive personality means self-esteem. I think, a person who is self-esteemed will definitely have a pleasing personality. Self, Self-esteem is actually the core of education. In our schools, we must make our students self-esteemed. And once you are self-esteemed, you will be able to courageously learn, daringly take risks, and daringly questioning, and so on. So self-esteem is very, very important. Stay away from negative influences. That's why you don't fall into the company of bad people. And learn to like things that must be done today itself. Start your day with a positive attitude. Now, in order to do this, you need to have motivation. Motivation is a spark that enables you to do good things. In fact, motivation comes from within. I should be able to study. It has to come from within, not because of external forces. External forces also can motivate you, but it should come. More effective things have to come from within. It's a drive to satisfy an unsatisfied need. Once a need is satisfied, it is no longer a motivator. So therefore, always there is a need to do something better. St. Ignatius will say magis, magis. Magis means do more. No person who is negativity can motivate himself. Therefore, you need to have better productivity, better what we call constructive contribution to the society, etc. And more, you should have boosting your personality, boosting your morale to do things through self-discipline, etc. And if you have all these things, you will become a better communicator. Communication is very, very important. If you are a better communicator, that means you are a better listener also. Be a good listener. How do you be a good listener? Encourage the speaker, ask questions, do not interrupt the person who is giving you some talk or classes, etc. Do not change the topic when you are engaged with something. Show respect to the speaker and pay attention to him. Avoid distractions, all sorts of distractions. Be open minded, because even if you do not agree with that person, you can learn something. Our TV discussions and debates in the evenings, etc., is terrible. There is no listening takes place. There's a lot of interruption and simply questioning and win attitude only. They are not listening. And you concentrate on the message rather than the messenger. And also, when you listen, you will be able to listen the non-verbal communications. A person who speaks may not be speaking through verbally alone. His body language will be speaking more. Therefore, I read somewhere, you should avoid to be fat and be slim. You know, you should be avoid to be fat and be slim. What is fat? Fat means fear and frustration. F stands for fear and frustration. A stands for anxiety and anger. T stands for tension. Tension. So fat means fear and frustration, anxiety and anger, and tension. So avoid these three. These three things. That is called avoid being fat, but be slim. You know what is slim? Slim, S stands for self-confidence. Love stands for love. I stands for initiative. M stand for moderation. That means be slim. Slim means self-confidence, love, initiative, and moderation. And uh, it is important to have your thinking, your behavior, and your attitude to be very much focused on. My dear brothers, my dear students, girls and boys, remember, with a bad attitude, you can never have a positive day. With a bad attitude, you can never have a positive day. With a positive attitude, you can never have a bad day. With a positive attitude, you can never have a bad day. So, develop your personality, better your personality, put on positive attitude, develop your life, and be successful. That is very, very important for us to be a men of caliber, men and women of goodness, men and women of positivity. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you.